Y'all, let's spill all the tea on Drake, Lil Wayne, and Tyga, the trio that used to run the game but now can't even share the same oxygen. Let's take it back, way back to 2005.
There's three people that I have to say. Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, Lil Wayne is just too good.
You gotta give Wayne the love.
Just too good.
Yeah, Drake, yeah.
So for clarification, that may not have happened.
Whatever it was, it happened. I just got a badass memory.
On Twitter, it sounds like you want to fight Drake, bro.
Former Young Money crew members turned rivals, potentially turned friends again.
Remember when Lil Wayne launched Young Money Entertainment? It was like he had a sixth sense for spotting future stars. He handpicked Drake and Tyga, and together they were hotter than my straightener on a bad hair day. Drake's smooth vocals had the ladies swooning, and with Wayne and Tyga backing him up, Young Money was untouchable. But honey, even the closest crews have their dirty laundry, and rumor has it that cracks were forming behind the scenes faster than my foundation on a humid day. And guess who was at the center of it all? Yep, you guessed it, Drake. Word on the street is that Drake betrayed Young Money, and now it's all coming to light like my highlighter under good lighting. Lil Wayne and Tyga are blasting him for leaving them in the dust, but Drake isn't backing down, he's straight up mocking them. Now let's rewind a bit. Back in the day when Lil Wayne was at the top of his game, he had this vision to create a label that would shake up the music industry. Enter Young Money, an offshoot of Cash Money Records, where Wayne was the undisputed kingpin. He handpicked a crew that could have been the stuff of legends, but like my attempts at a smoky eye, it fizzled out before reaching its full potential. Wayne's vision wasn't just about creating a label, it was about nurturing young, hungry talent. This was during an era when Lil Wayne was the Jay-Z of the southern rap scene. If you were between 25 and 35 and living anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon, Wayne was your idol. With that kind of influence, he attracted a trio that could have gone down in history as the greatest label crew of all time: Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Tyga. But as we know now, things didn't pan out that way, kind of like my New Year's resolutions. Drake was a superstar waiting to happen from the moment he stepped into the studio. With his blend of rap and R&B, he had both the ladies and the backpack crowd in his pocket. His rise was exactly what Young Money needed to put them on the map. Drake wasn't just a game changer, he was a movement. But Young Money wasn't just banking on Drake. Nicki Minaj was a force of nature, bold, brash, and undeniably talented. She didn't just hold her own in a male-dominated industry, she owned it. For almost a decade, Nicki was the queen of hip-hop, out-rapping 95% of the dudes in the game. Then there was Tyga. He had all the makings of a star, and for a moment, it looked like he would rise to the top alongside Drake and Nicki. His albums Careless World, Rise of the Last King, and Hotel California had the industry buzzing like my phone during a group chat drama, but here's where it gets juicy. The trio that could have been unstoppable, Wayne, Drake, and Nicki, what went wrong? Well, it seems that loyalty wasn't as strong as they thought. Rumor has it that Wayne and Nicki eventually realized that Drake wasn't as ride or die as they were. While they were all about the team, Drake had his eyes set on something bigger, his own legacy. Now, let's spill some major tea. It's 2010 and Lil Wayne's locked up in Riker's Island. Everyone's waiting for him to get out, but Drake, he's got other plans. Word on the street is that Drake decided to get cozy with Wayne's girlfriend, Tammy Torres. Yeah, you heard that right. While Wayne's behind bars, Drake's making moves on his girl. When Wayne found out, he was furious. Can you blame him? Imagine being in jail and finding out your protege, the guy you helped make famous, is hooking up with your girlfriend. Wayne later spilled in a book proposal saying, "This is the type of eshit that a man never wants to find out when he's locked up." Or maybe so, because only God knows what I would have done if I wasn't locked up right now. Finding out that she messed with Drake was the absolute worst thing I could have ever found out. At first, Wayne tried to keep it all hush-hush. He's out here in interviews acting like everything's cool, saying he's got no beef with Drake. But come on, we all know that's just for show. Behind the scenes, you can bet there was some serious tension brewing.
Hey, stop texting me too, for real, because it still hurt. You know, but now I remember though, yeah, he rapped. I don't know who he rapped at. When you in jail though, even your side is your main. When you in jail, yes, when you in jail, it could be somebody when you was out of jail, you ain't never text her back, you ain't call her when she called you. You couldn't tell her what color her hair was. That's how much you ain't see her. But when you in jail, whew.
Fast forward to today, and Kendrick Lamar decided to shake things up by reminding Weezy exactly how Drake crossed him. Fans started digging deeper, looking for more signs of trouble in paradise. They remembered how Wayne had recently performed Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us, while holding up his OVO chain on stage in Vegas. OVO, as in Drake's label, was Wayne trying to tell us something? Wayne was on stage performing Kendrick's track, he pulled a slick move that left everyone puzzled. Instead of spitting the original line, "They not like us," Wayne flipped it to "They don't like us." It might seem like a small tweak, but in the rap world, that's a major shift in meaning. Fans are buzzing, thinking Wayne might have just thrown his weight behind Kendrick. One fan even tweeted, "Bro, Lil Wayne rapping not like us is so crazy. I bet Drake's Lil Wayne tattoo is itchy as hell tonight." And yep, you heard that right. Drake's got Wayne's face inked on his arm, a symbol of how tight their bond once was. And Tyga, he's watching all this go down. You've got to wonder if this is when he started side-eyeing Drake, thinking maybe this dude isn't as loyal as they all thought. Now, you might be wondering why they didn't just kick Drake out of Young Money right then and there. But here's the thing. Drake was bringing in the big bucks. He was the golden goose. And in the music industry, sometimes money talks louder than loyalty. So they kept it all under wraps, trying to act like everything was fine. But you know how it is. Once that trust is broken, it's hard to get it back. This wasn't just some little disagreement. This was a full-on betrayal, the kind that leaves scars. And let's be real, this wasn't just about a girl. This was about respect. Wayne gave Drake his big break, brought him into the Young Money family, and this is how Drake repays him, by going after his girl while he's locked up. That's colder than my ex's heart. From that moment on, things were never quite the same in the Young Money camp. But hold up, because Tyga's about to enter the chat. Remember how Tyga used to be right there with Drake and Wayne, dropping hits left and right? Well, turns out he wasn't feeling the love behind the scenes. In fact, Tyga straight up said, "I don't like Drake as a person, he's just fake to me." The real issue with Young Money was the sheer number of artists they signed. It's like they wanted to catch lightning in a bottle, but instead, they got zapped. The label was so focused on pushing Wayne, Drake, Nicki, and Tyga that everyone else got left behind. Artists like Corey Guns, Christina Milian, Euro, Flo, Gudda Gudda, Lil Twist, Lil Chucky, Glasses Malone, and even Omarion, who was a big name at the time, ended up being afterthoughts. Young Money had the talent, but they didn't have the bandwidth to develop everyone. And in the music industry, if you're not moving forward, you're getting left behind. Lil Wayne and the Young Money team might have seen potential in each of these artists, but they bit off more than they could chew. Now let's fast forward to the present day, because the drama is far from over. Drake just released a whopping 100 gigabytes of new content. That's a lot of music, right? But it's not the amount that's got people buzzing, it's who he's collaborating with that's raising eyebrows and ruffling feathers. Enter Latto, the rising star who's been making waves in the rap game. Now, if you're thinking, what's the big deal about Drake working with Latto? Well, let me fill you in. Latto's got some serious beef with none other than Nicki Minaj, Drake's former Young Money sister. And we're not talking about a little Twitter spat here. This is full-on, no-holds-barred drama. So Drake decides to team up with Latto, knowing full well about this beef. It's like he's picked a side, and it's not the side of his old Young Money family. Can you imagine how Nicki must have felt when she heard about this collab? But it's not just Nicki who's feeling the heat from Drake's latest moves. Lil Wayne and Tyga are also giving Drake the side eye. Word on the street is that Nicki's not keeping quiet about this. She's been telling anyone who'll listen that Drake's collab choices feel like a personal attack. It's like Drake's going out of his way to work with people Nicki's got issues with. And let's be real, in the music industry, who you work with says a lot about where your loyalties lie. Nicki wasn't about to let that slide. Just hours after Drake unleashed his content storm, she came out swinging with some savage shade aimed straight at him. And it wasn't just Drake who caught the heat. Party Next Door, who recently shared a pic with Latto, also found himself in Nicki's crosshairs.
because they want it so bad they can taste it. And when you taste it, you want it again. But honey child, they ain't finna taste no more.
Ouch! Now calling Latto ugly might be a stretch, but let's be real, Nicki was coming for blood and her fans are all in, backing her up to the fullest. And let's not forget, Nicki's been ride or die for Drake through all his beefs while he's been out here looking out for numero uno himself. It's got people wondering if Lil Wayne's finally seeing Drake's true colors too. This Latto collab isn't just a one-off thing, it's part of a bigger pattern that's got people questioning Drake's loyalty. He's been cozying up to artists who've had beef with his old Young Money crew for a while now. It's like he's building his own little anti-Young Money army. We have to admit, Drake's been involved in one industry beef after another lately. First, it was the drama with Meek Mill, then the whole Pusha T situation, and now this. It's like Drake can't help but stir the pot wherever he goes. And let's not forget, this is all happening while Drake's star is rising higher than ever. He's breaking records, selling out shows, and basically dominating the music scene. But at what cost? It looks like he's burning bridges left and right, and some of those bridges lead right back to the people who helped him get to where he is today. Remember when Wayne used to call Drake his protege, his golden boy? Well, times have changed. Wayne just dropped a bombshell that's got everyone talking. He went on record saying Nicki Minaj is the GOAT Young Money artist. Yeah, you heard that right, not Drake, but Nicki.
It says your GOAT Young Money artist.
GOAT Young Money artist, Nicki Minaj.
I would say Nicki too. I love Nicki too. Nicki.
Now you might be thinking, maybe Wayne's just a big fan of Nicki's music. But let's be real, there's way more to it than that. This is Lil Wayne, the guy who put Drake on the map, who used to hype him up like no other. And now he's out here dubbing Nicki the queen of Young Money? That's not just a shout out to Nicki, it's a clear-cut diss to Drake. So what do the fans think? Let's be honest, Drake's success is hard to argue with. He's topping charts, selling out arenas, and basically running the game right now. One fan put it this way: Drake has the longest hot streak in hip-hop history. He's arguably the most successful hip-hop artist ever. He is hip-hop. But there's another side to this story. Some fans are looking at Drake's track record and seeing a pattern. One fan pointed out, Drake wants loyalty but is loyal to no one. He couldn't have been raised right. Another fan straight up said, Drake going to end up alone. He didn't understand the value of good people when they were around him and chose to be self-centered and cut off all those good people. Now he is begging for those people to help him out, but no one is showing up for him. This is the result of wanting the whole world to revolve around him, and that mindset never works out right. And then you've got Nicki's fans, the Barbs, who are not having any of it. They're looking at Drake's recent collabs, especially with Latto, and they're seeing red. To them, it's not just about the music, it's about loyalty. One fan said, Nicki held Drake down and didn't switch on him like everyone did during the Kendrick beef just for him to collab with Latto. It's like watching a family meltdown in real time. One second they're ruling the rap world, and the next they can't even stand to breathe the same air. Wayne went from dubbing Drake his golden boy to crowning Nicki as the GOAT. Tyga's out here throwing shade, calling Drake fake, while Drake's out there collabing with his so-called friends' enemies. You've got to wonder, can real friendships actually survive in this savage industry? Or is it all just cold, hard business when the cameras stop rolling? Kinda makes you think twice about chasing that fame, doesn't it? Well, that's all the tea for today, besties. Drop your comments below and let me know what you think about this Young Money drama. Is Drake in the wrong, or is he just playing the game? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more piping hot celebrity gossip. Until next time, goodbye!